In this video, we are going to learn how to create a table and draw rectangles with a given perimeter, so with a certain perimeter. Let's say that I want you to draw a rectangle on the graph paper with a perimeter of 10 centimeters. Well, that might be tough to do if you're not sure how to make that rectangle. So I'm going to show you a strategy, and it involves making a table. That's very important. We're going to make lots of tables in this part of the unit. So let's start with this. We're going to make a table, and we'll try to make it nice and neat. And our table should have 4 sections like that. We're going to have length, width, area, and perimeter. And I'm going to put some different options down here. Okay, so remember that our perimeter has to be 10. So we know we have to have a 10 centimeter perimeter. Well, in order to find the length and width, remember that perimeter is equal to length plus width times 2. So what I do is I cut the perimeter number in half. And what's half of 10? You're right, it's 5. Half of 10 is 5. So what I'm going to do is find what numbers can I use in length and width that add up to 5. Because length plus width has to equal half the perimeter. Okay, length plus width equals half the perimeter. So I'm going to start with 1. 1 plus what gives me 5? 4. Excellent. What else could I do? Well, if I start with 1, I'm going to go to the next number, 2. 2 plus 3 equals 5. Wonderful. Can I do another one? So I have 1, 2. I'm going to write down 3. 3 plus what gives me 5? Well, 2. But you'll notice that right here in this area here, I already have 2 and 3 as my length and width. And here, I have 3 and 2. 2 and 3 is the same as 3 and 2. So really those are the same rectangles. We always have to use different numbers. Alright, let me get rid of that stuff. Oh, that was too much. Oh, too much again. Alright, here we go. So we are going to figure out the area now. So the perimeter we know is 10. Because perimeter is always length plus width times 2. 2 plus 3 is 5 times 2 gives me 10. 1 plus 4 is 5 times 2 gives me 10. Alright, so that's how we find that out. So now I could draw a rectangular prism with a perimeter of 10. So I'd make it 1 long and 4 wide. That has a perimeter of 10. And my second example would be 2 long and 3 wide, and that also has a perimeter of 10. Excellent work. Let's try another example together. Let's try this example. Let's create some rectangles with a perimeter of 18. So I'm going to start by making my table nice and neat. And remember, my table has to have room for my length, my width, my area, but we're not filling that in yet, and my perimeter. I'll have some different options here. Alright, so my perimeter has to be 18, that I know, 18 centimeters. So length plus width times 2 equals 18. So that means, what's half of 18? Well, 18 cut in half is 9. So that means my length plus my width has to equal 9, because it equals half my perimeter. So what two numbers could we use that equal 9? I always like to start with 1. So let's say that my length is 1. 1 plus what equals 9? 1 plus 8. Now I'm going to change my length to 2. 2 plus what gives me 9? 2 plus 7. Now I'm going to change my length to 3. See how I follow the length? I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. That's really smart. That means I'm not going to miss any if I go through it starting at 1 and moving up. Okay, back to this one with 3. 3 plus what gives me 9? 6. Maybe you've noticed a pattern. 4 plus what gives me 9? 5. Excellent. Now, if I continued this and went 5 and 4, that wouldn't work because 5 and 4 is the exact same as 4 and 5. 5 and 4, 4 and 5. Those are the exact same rectangles, so I don't want to have that last one there. All right, now let's find the perimeters of each of these. 2 plus 7 is 9, and times that by 2 and you get 18. 3 plus 6 is 9, times 2 is 18. 4 plus 5 is 9, times 2 is 18. So now I have perimeters all of 18, that's what we wanted, and now I can draw these. So let's draw a rectangle with a length of 1 and a width of 8. Alright, that has a perimeter of 18. How about a length of 2 and a width of 7? Alright, that has a perimeter of 18 as well. And a length of 3 and a width of 6 also has a perimeter of 18. And a length of 4 and a width of 5 also has a perimeter of 18. Excellent. And it's always a good idea in the end to label your rectangles. So my first one I'm going to label 1 times 8 because it's a 1 by 8. 1 is the length, 8 is the width. The second one is a 2 by 7. The third one is a 3 by 6. And the fourth one is a 4 by 5. Labeling your rectangles is a very awesome thing to do, and it'll make it easy for people to mark or if you have to do any corrections. Alright, so that's how we find the perimeter. Remember, this is really important. To find the perimeter, you have to go length plus width times 2. But if you're given the perimeter number, if someone says the perimeter is 18, then what you do is you cut that in half, so half of 18 is 9, and then you want your length plus your width to equal half of the perimeter number. Alright, good luck with that. There you go. Off you go now. Quit watching the video. Seriously, the video is done. What are you still doing watching this video? Go, do your work. Come on. The video's done. Seriously, come on. Alright, have fun.